And she was trying to warn me that I needed to be careful around John because he was an abusive, violent wife beater. And
Right.
I couldn't believe it because I know this man better than anyone.
Welcome to the Victim to Warrior Show.
Warrior Talk. We're John and Melissa, and we are both survivors of narcissistic abuse, and our mission is to help other survivors reclaim and rebuild their lives.
Right. Now, today we're going to talk about smear campaigns. Smear campaigns are horrible if you've ever been the victim of one. So, today we're going to talk about what is a smear campaign and how do you get it out of it and how do you combat it if you are in one. So, before we start, if you've been a victim of a smear campaign, please let us know in the comments during this podcast. Let us know that you've been in one. How did you survive, and what it was about.
Well, and if you've watched our recent series on our social media channels, we actually talked about it. We gave two examples. They were both true story. One was about me, one was about John.
Right.
And unfortunately, people think, don't tell anyone. They could be flying monkeys. And yeah, they could be flying monkeys. But when you suffer in silence, no one has your back.
Right.
No one. Because your narcissist is not going to tell these stories to you. They're going to be telling them to everyone else because they don't want to look like the villain. They want you to look like the villain when the relationship, destroys itself.
Right.
So you have to talk to people that you trust, family, friends, people that care about you because they can have your back. They actually can defend you or at least tell you what's going on. And one of the things that I don't think John did because I'm the one that told him about his smear campaign. And this was 10 years after he was out of his relationship. He and I had been together 3 years, and I was at a women's Bible study where one of the women there actually was friends with his ex-wife, and she was trying to warn me that I needed to be careful around John because he was an abusive, violent wife beater. And I couldn't believe it because I know this man better than anyone. So I came home and told him, and he was mortified.
Right. I had no idea this was going on, so I suffered in silence. I did know something was happening though because my friends weren't responding to me. I was getting the cold shoulder from people that I typically was friends with or had relationships with, and they were hearing this from her, and so they were automatically taking her side of the story without even knowing my side.
Well, and they weren't saying anything because people generally don't want to get in your business.
Right.
But if you notice people pulling away from you, pick up the phone and call them.
Right.
Typically, if somebody that cares about you has heard something, maybe they just don't want to get involved. But if you ask them, hey, why aren't you returning my phone call? Did I do something to offend you? Typically, they're going to tell you, well, no, you didn't do, but I heard, which is exactly how I found out. I mean, I was suffering in silence, same thing. I didn't want to air my dirty laundry. I was just trying to survive. So I had no idea that my narcissist had spread these rumors about me that I was abusing prescription drugs and drinking. And that's why I was always stressed out. That's how I was working so many hours, and that he was really concerned about me and he wanted to have an intervention. Are you kidding me? And my brother actually called me and said, "Is everything okay?" And I'm just like, "No, everything's not okay. My whole world is crumbling." But I said, "Why do you want to know?" And he told me. And I said, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "Why didn't you tell us what you were going through?"
He was so strategic with
Oh,
you.
yes.
He was finding the people that were close to you, your family members, and hitting each one of them individually with this story.
Like he was so caring and concerned
Right.
and worried, all the while ruining my
Right.
reputation.
Right.
And
It could have ruined your job too.
oh,
I mean, it was yeah.
absolutely, because this had spread to other people,
Right.
and, I should have told people that cared about me. I should have said something, because when this rumor started going around, they would have been able to defend me, and so not everybody's a flying monkey,
Well,
you know?
the thing is, we really didn't know what a smear campaign. I know
No,
I had no
I
clue.
know.
And so I didn't know to be proactive about this. So that's really what we want to talk about today is being proactive. Even if you don't know this is going on, you have to assume it is
Yeah.
because what the narcissist has lost control over you, or you are leaving the relationship and he wants to make sure,
Or she.
or she, right, or she
Yeah.
wants to make sure that everyone else knows that it was your fault, not theirs.
But if you do nothing,
Right.
it can destroy things. It can destroy your reputation. It can mess up your job. It can mess up your reputation in your community, if
Right.
you're in your church. These things, if you just let it happen, they are abusing you even though you're out of the relationship. Doing nothing is probably worse than actually trusting someone. Even if they are a flying monkey. Okay, let's say they are, and you basically say, "No, this is what happened. This is the reason we're getting a divorce, and this is the reason I left them." Even if they go back and tell the abusive narcissist, guess what the narcissist knows? You are not suffering in silence. You are not just letting them run rampant, destroying you're actually defending yourself. So even if they are, it's better for you not to suffer in silence and at least get your side of the story out.
I didn't do that.
No, well, I didn't either. It's just some of
Think about for 10 years later,
yeah,
that woman approached you and said that a whole decade
yeah.
after the smear campaign because I did nothing. I did nothing about
Didn't reach out to friends
no,
that were avoiding you.
right.
Another thing people forget to do, or maybe they don't want to do it, is you have to block the
Yeah.
narcissist. You've got to block joint friends on your social media. You've got to turn your page into private. If you do that, then you can't be tagged in horrific things that they're saying about you. You have to do that because they can't link your name to anything that they say. So it is safer for you to turn your page private and to block your narcissist, anyone associated. I
Right.
had to
You
block
had to block his
everyone.
family,
And even
friends.
I even cared about some of his family members. I could not
Mm,
trust it. I couldn't. If they were friends with him, I had to block them, and they're still blocked to this day.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You just have to take care of yourself. You've gotta take care of your own reputation. Um, and like we said, don't suffer in silence because 10 years,
Yeah,
10
10 whole
years,
years. If you feel like you are in the process of a smear campaign, you're getting the cold shoulder, people aren't returning your calls,
you're not getting
you're
like
recently broken up with a relationship or moved on, or you're going through a divorce, you have to be proactive. You have to call people and let them know why you left.
at what you're going through.
Right, and what you're going through so that you can find out, okay, who are my inner circle? Who are these people that I can trust
Right.
no matter what? They have my back. And there are people like that. A lot of people had said on our playlist that they didn't think they had anybody they can trust. And that's not true.
Right.
There's people that you knew before this relationship that went through a lot with you before that are still there with you. So those are great friends to reach out to.
Yeah.
Family members that you know are have your back. So you have to create that inner circle
Right.
so that those people can fight on your behalf also. That's the important thing.
Yeah, because your narcissist is not gonna say it to your face.
Right.
They're gonna be saying it behind your back. And that's why you want people in your corner that actually can defend you or at least tell you what's going on. And it's really important that you do that.
It is so important.
Even if you're afraid to do it, the consequences of doing nothing, it can destroy your reputation. It can ruin you in the community because the only one saying anything is the narcissist, and they're saying nothing but lies.
Right.
You have to defend yourself. Don't let them make you a victim forever. You're standing out for yourself. There's a flying monkey out there, they're gonna know you're standing out for
Right.
yourself.
Right.
So
So
better choices.
right. So we're going to find people we trust, friends and family that we trust, and create that inner circle of people that have your back. And then you know that those people are going to help you fight for your reputation as well. Also, block on social media, no matter what your channels are. Make sure you block. make your channels private for as long as you need to until this is passed. But also, like Melissa had to do, you're going to have to block people. You're going to have to make some decisions on blocking certain people that you
Right.
may suspect can be flying monkeys.
And you may even
Or
care about them, and they may not have done anything wrong to you. However, if they're linked to your narcissist, then they can tag you in things, and other people that you care about that you don't want all these lies spreading around to. So you're gonna have to make some choices, blocking any joint friends, any relative, anybody that has any link to your ex. You're going to have to block them for your own good
Right.
and your own reputation.
Now, one thing I wanted to, we didn't really talk about this, but I think it's really, really important. A lot of people, from the comments we received from our smear campaign series, it didn't feel like some of them didn't have the strength to fight. They're just saying, I just want to move on. I don't. It's so important it's your reputation, and this can go on for years if you don't do something about it. If you don't feel like you have the strength to do this, I really recommend you take our free masterclass.
Oh, yeah.
It's just chock full of great daily activities to help you strengthen yourself and get your self-esteem back, because it could be, really shot right now because of what you've gone through. But just remember, you're a warrior because you've gone through this. You did leave, or you did go through that divorce. You're a warrior. You just have to know it in your heart now.
Right.
And so doing daily action steps to build your strength can really help you during fighting a smear campaign, because
And
you're
long
not,
after too.
yeah, and you're going to need this strength. So please check out our free masterclass. I'm going to put the link to that in the description below. And please take that. And if you haven't seen our series, on the smear campaign, please go to any of our social media channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, and you can see the series. We just showed 2 examples on this, one of my smear campaign, one of Melissa's, so that you can kind of see it from both sides, and then we coach a little bit with that. But
And if you have any specific things that you want to talk to us about, you can always send your questions to questions@the2w.com, or book a session with either John or myself. We'll put our discount code below, Recovery25. If you are a new client, you can please take advantage of that. But if you talk specifically about what's going on, we can actually coach you through what to do in your specific situation.
exactly.
So we thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit that notification and like this
Yeah,
video.
because we do this every single week.
Yeah.
Every week, we're going to have a new topic and really get down to the brass tacks of it, so that it can help you through whatever situation or whatever you are in your journey in narcissistic abuse. We're here to help you.
Absolutely. Take care, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Stay safe.